सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति 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 ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ I will speak in English. Naina Kashyap, who has translated my autobiography into Kannada. This Padayatra started from Kanyakumari on 12th January 2015. 12th January happens to be the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda was a great religious person, spiritual person, reformer, humanitarian and everything. So we decided to start this Padayatra on that date from Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari is a confluence of Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. All the three oceans meet at Kanyakumari. And it is also the end, land's end for India. Beyond that it is only the sea. So since the three oceans meet together, the message of Walk of Hope of Manav Ekta Mission, where all human beings should come together no matter what their religion, what their ideology, what their belief systems are. Therefore, we started at Kanyakumari. So, we are walking from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, Srinagar, which is 6,900 kilometers, almost 7,000 kilometers. And this is not a Ratha Yatra, it is a Padayatra. We are only walking. So, from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, we will take 1.5 years. And April 2016, we will reach Srinagar. Now, why are people, including me, walking in the hot sun every day, 20-25 kilometers? Today also we were told 18, but I think we have finished 23. So, why are we walking in this hot sun? 25 kilometers, 20 kilometers average every day. Like madmen. I am mad, but others are also walking. There must be some reason for this. Why would people do that? Most of the people who are with us, they have come from all parts of India and abroad. Now they come from a cold country and they are walking in the sun. California is not exactly cold, but whatever. And so there must be some reason, some faith, some belief, some vishwas behind this. Otherwise, why would people walk? I would have walked alone, but why is everybody walking with me, going through so many difficulties? And there are people here, I think, who rarely step out of home or who are accustomed to air conditioners and air-conditioned cars also. Why are they walking? So there must be some reason for it. So, did you say everything? So there must be some. Okay. So there must be some reason for this. The reason started many years ago when I was 22 years old. Now I am 66 years old. 22 years old. When I was 22, I was in the Himalayas near Uttarkashi with my guru, Maheshwarnath Babaji. So one day Maheshwarnath Babaji said to me, if you sit in this cave, I was staying in a cave, and meditate for 13 years, 13 hours a day, and when you come out of the cave, if you don't hear the cry of a hungry child in the village, all your 13 years have been completely wasted. Because when a person spiritually advances, the first thing that manifests is kindness and goodness to other human beings. in the Bhagavad Gita, when when Arjuna asks Krishna in chapter 12, Bhakti Yoga, what is the most important qualification for a bhakta? Who according to you is the greatest bhakta? Who according to you is the greatest yogi? Can you define his characters for me? Krishna says to him, among other things, the most important thing is he should be Sarva Bhuta Hite Rata, which means who has the welfare of all living beings in his heart. So this Padayatra, Walk of Hope, is an expression, outward expression of my inner understanding and experience, Anubhava, that all human beings are basically one. They may have different religions, they may have different, they should be different. Prakriti itself is different. Prakriti is defined as prakaroti iti prakriti. That which is different is prakriti. So it has to be different. No two human beings are alike. They're alike, we cannot recognize them. So they have to be different. But being different, different ideologies, different thoughts, you may have disagreements, you may belong to different faiths, but basically you are human beings. We are all human beings because we are born on this earth and we die on this earth. We have only one nose, two eyes, 2 ears and one mouth. And we eat food and we finally die. So we are all human beings no matter which category we belong to. This is a very important thing to bear in mind. And this is also my anubhava, my spiritual experience, that in every human heart, there is the spark of the divine Bhagavan sitting as the Antaryami and looking at all that is happening. Therefore, you and I are temples, walking temples of God, because inside us is a spark of the Supreme Being. So, this is the reason to show people, to talk to people, to make people understand that unity, so that you may have different opinions, but it need not end in violence. Himsa is not necessary to sort out this problem. We can sit across the desk and talk. We don't have to kill each other. This is one of the major reasons why I have undertaken this Padayatra. And wherever we go, till now, we have finished more than 1,000 kilometers. I have seen how people cutting across religions, political barriers, everything come together and say, you're right, this has to be done now, because it is too late otherwise. India has to stay united and strong, because this message of unity has to go from India. India is the country, Bharat is the country which has welcomed people from ancient times. The Parsis came here, the Jews came here, the Christians came here, the Muslims came here. Everybody was welcome, which is not the case in most countries. Today, of course, anybody can go to the United States, but that is a different matter altogether. India has from ancient times said, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vedanti. The truth is one, but the wise men may call it by different names. So this message has to go from this country. If this country, this message goes, then this country becomes the spiritual leader of the whole world as it was before. And the message in the Vedas is not only for India. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Nobody is excluded from this. So this message I want to take to all beings in this country, all of our citizens, especially to the young who are in colleges and schools, so that when they grow up, they will grow up with the understanding that united we stand, divided we fall. So, now, few days, about 2 months we have traveled. 2 months? More than 2 months. So whenever we reach a place, we have come from Tamil Nadu to Kerala, then we entered Karnataka through Kodagu. I am very happy we did that. And then we are proceeding. Wherever we go, from the common man to the intellectual, people have appreciated and wanted to encourage. Not a single place we have had any dissatisfaction. This shows, gives us hope. It is a walk of hope. So something will come out of it. This is 100% certain because we have to go up to Srinagar. 1 crore people, when contacted, even if 10 lakhs believe in this, it is going to make a great difference to us. Now, this is the thing that gives us hope. I'll give you examples. See, we have not approached any big corporates or anything for donations. Somehow the walk is going on. People come, they say, okay, you take this, carry on. Why would they do that unless they have some belief and faith in what we are doing? I have no other agenda. I am not going to stand for any elections. This is not a political rally, please understand. This is a rally for the culture and goodness of Bharat as one humanity. There is no other agenda for this. I myself was born in a Muslim family. I went to the Himalayas and I learnt a lot about Hindu culture and I fell in love with it. And I have lived happily with this understanding, especially my spiritual experience. So in India, this is possible. It may not be possible in some other places. So this should spread through the world and people should come to know that it is possible to live as human beings without hurting and causing injury to other people. I told you about help from people. People have faith and people help us. But the most remarkable is when we walk through rural areas or main roads, sometimes an ordinary rickshaw driver came to me in Kerala one day. 2 times it happened. Took 100 rupees and put it in my pocket and said, this is my today's earnings. Please use it for walk of hope. Now, I thought it happened only in one place. Even just now when we were walking, just now on the street, here in Periyapatna, one of our friends, Sandy, brought 50 rupees to me. I said, where did this come from? He said, the coconut seller on the way gave me 50 rupees to give to you. Coconuts. I think this is humanity. This is the human being in him which is making him do that. And when I saw that, I said, put it in the hundi. When I saw that, I actually want to define your locality as a great patana, Periyapatna. In Tamil, Periya means big. Yeah. That you have to translate? No need. Everybody knows what I... Then, why, like this we have had so many reactions. One person who was fully drunk came and embraced me. Everybody tried to pull him away. I said, let him stay. He is so fed up of the world that he's got drunk. So, there are other wonderful things you can get drunk with, which is love, affection, compassion. If you really get drunk with that, then this whole world will change. Did you say that properly?
What else did you say? I forgot, I lost track.
I said that a man who was fully drunk came and embraced me. And he said, oh, wonderful thing you're doing. So other people tried to take him away. So I told him, please don't do anything, let him be. And I said, don't do anything. He's so fed up of the world that he has got drunk to forget about this terrible world. That also. Then it is finished. So, this is the yatra. Now I have discussed all this with you. I am going to take a little bit of time from you all. Let me also thank you for welcoming us here. This yatra, after some time, after a year or so, you will read in the newspapers or somewhere else what hope we have generated in this whole country. I am telling you that this will happen because I started this with the blessings of Maheshwarnath Babaji, my Guru. And nothing that he has blessed with his hand has ever not come true. So it may not be my capacity. It is his blessings. And I am doing it only for him. Everybody knows that normally and basically I don't like to go out into the public. I am a man who likes to live in solitude. And now I have to walk every day, meet different people. I like to be a parivrajaka, but meeting so many people is not my cup of tea. I am doing it only because Maheshwarnath Babaji, my guru, asked me to do it. I have no other intention in this. Now, there are people walking with us. Some of them can also speak in Kannada. So, to compensate for my not being able to speak to you in Kannada, if you have a little time, I would like to invite some of them to come and say a few words to you, to share their experiences in this walk, why we are walking, what we are doing. And before doing that, let me add that the principles of the Rotary, in which in Rotary Hall we are holding this talk, are quite similar to our teachings. This Paul Harris, who founded the Rotary, you have the principles of the Rotary written out there. It's not here, but some places I have seen. It basically means to do good to others and to help as many people as possible. Now, service above self. Now you can imagine the service above self. Do you think we care for ourselves with blisters in our feet and walking in the sun? Even today I put 3 band-aids. Why are we doing this? So, service to humanity, which Swami Vivekananda called Daridrya Narayana Seva. To consider those who are suffering as gods in human form and to serve them is the greatest thing that you can do in life. One more thing is, when we go on this Padayatra, I invite everyone to start with us in the morning, however many people can come. You need not walk the whole way. You can come some distance, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, half a day. We would only be too glad, because that will show us that you are also willing to support the walk of hope. And this walk of hope is not for me or for you, it's for everybody in this country. There are people from Madikeri who are still walking with us. It's interesting. Our people close to Madikeri. Which means it has some impact. Something is happening. And I request all of you, I am only planting the seed. Please put fertilizers, put water, look after the little plant that we make. Let it grow into a beautiful tree with flowers and fruits. So the future from Kanyakumari to Srinagar, and he was one of the first. He was one of the first persons who, when I said I was going to walk, said I am also coming.